I want to invite your attention to the book of James, the 5th chapter, beginning at verse 1 and reading through verse 6. Go to now, ye rich men, weep and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you. Your riches are corrupted, and your garments are moth-eaten. Your gold and silver is cankered, and the rust of them shall be a witness against you, and shall eat your flesh as it were fire. You have heaped treasures together for the last days. Behold, the hire of the laborers who have reaped down your fields, which is of you kept back by fraud, crieth, and the cries of them which have reaped are entered into the ears of the Lord of Sabaoth. Ye have lived in pleasure on the earth and been wanton. Ye have nourished your hearts as in a day of slaughter. Ye have condemned and killed the just, and he doeth not resist you. I want to talk this morning from the theme, America, look at yourself. What we see in America is not her best. Not the land of Lincoln. Not the dreams and the desires of the founding fathers. We see a nation that is in a state of panic. Paranoia is everywhere. The pandemic is running rampant, and people from Detroit to Chicago to New York to New Orleans, Washington, D.C., Baltimore, Maryland, Cleveland, Ohio, people are suffering. And mostly those who are a part of the disenfranchisement, those who are living in poverty, they are being affected by this virus more than any group. And you see a huge disparity between the haves and the have-nots, the rich and the poor. And James, in his day, he saw a nation much like our nation. The rich was getting richer and gaining more wealth. But in the 5th chapter of James, it talks about how the rich men now are weeping and wailing because the day have come of reckoning that they must face the nation. You must see yourself as you really are, not your ideal self, but your real self. And when we look at America like she really is, we see her in Virginia marching with arms strapped through cities and AK rifles and machine guns and rallying cries of Nazi Germany. That's what we see. We must see America in the eyes of Jeffrey Epstein. We must see America in the eyes of Harvey Weinstein, those who have grabbed the American dream, grabbed the wealth, have lived the dream, but yet has taken advantage of the disadvantage. Brother and sister, I tell you, where we are now, we need to look at ourselves. How do we look at ourselves? James says that a man must look at himself in the mirror. But when he leaves, then he goes away and forget what it looks like. And I'm afraid today that America has forgotten what We don't resemble that woman as you come in the New York harbor. Bring me your huddle masses, the lost, the left out, the tired, the weary. We don't see America as that. But when we face the nation, we see a rich man's condition. How do we see him? We see him weeping because now you got all the money, you got all the land, you got all the creature comfort, but yet you can't sleep at night yet. Your body is aching yet. You still got guards around your house, yet you got dogs guarding your wealth, and yet you're not satisfied. You're saying, I want more. Every Sunday evening I would watch CNN, and I would watch that channel as they would look into the lives of people all over the world and how they lived. We're living in a global community. I know we're saying we don't need the Chinese, but yes we do. We don't need the Russians, yes we do. We don't need the African, yes we do. We all are interconnected one to another. We need each other. And it's just unfair for all the wealth to be at the top and nothing to be at the bottom. We see them weeping, but also we see the rich man's corruption. We see what God said, even though you heaped it, you won't be able to use it because your gold and your silver are cankered. Your clothes, even though they're expensive, they're moth-eaten.